WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. A Bruce High School coach and history teacher is facing some serious accusations tonight.
That's right. 41-year-old LaRae Jordan Jr. is being charged with the gratification of lust of a vulnerable person. The alleged incident involves Jordan and a teenage female student. Bruce police say Child Protective Services got an anonymous tip last week. Investigators interviewed the alleged victim along with her mother and grandmother. Jordan turned himself in yesterday. He will have a probable cause hearing to address the incident.
We don't want it to happen in any Calhoun County schools, anywhere. We got to make sure the job's done right, thoroughly, and that we get down to the bottom of it in every which way. And we got to make sure that the school administration is taking care of their job, and that's where there might be, future charges, misdemeanor charges for failure to report within the administrative part of the school system.
Jordan was scheduled to resign from his position at the end of the school year prior to this alleged incident.
And as you might imagine, the family says the alleged incident has taken a toll on them.
Absolutely. Our Quentin Smith sat down with the girl's mother today. He's joining us now in the studio with more on their conversation. Quentin.
Andrea, the alleged victim in the incident is a 14-year-old girl. Her mother says she had no idea what was reportedly happening until she heard from her daughter. Now the mother says she wants to remove her daughter from the Calhoun County School District.
To know that my baby got to go through that and got to walk up and down that school and look at the people, to think she's it's sad.
This emotional mother says she's living in a nightmare, and what she's gone through over these past few weeks is something that no parent should have to experience.
I think about how I watch the news and see in Memphis where a teacher ran off with a little girl and they still gone right now. That could have been my child.
We chose not to identify the mother for this story to protect the identity of the alleged victim. LaRae Jordan Jr. is the Bruce High School teacher and coach charged with gratification of lust of a vulnerable person. The alleged victim's mother says Jordan made advances towards her daughter on the school's campus.
I'm a lot upset and just don't know which way to turn, because if you can't get help at school from the principals and everybody else, where do you get help from?
The upset mother says her daughter first reported the incident back in March, but nothing was done until an anonymous tip came in last week. The family still doesn't know who called in with the anonymous tip, but they're grateful.
I feel like that if any child come to you with a situation like that, you should look into it regardless of what. Just check into it, and the school didn't do that.
This Calhoun County mom has some advice for parents who may be in a similar situation.
Just listen to your child, take further action, do what you got to do, push the issue. If the school don't want to help, go further. Just keep going till somebody do something about it and hear you.
Now, WCBI reached out to Calhoun County School Superintendent Mike Moore for a comment on this issue. He still hasn't gotten back with us. A probable cause hearing must be held for Jordan to determine if a warrant for his arrest should be issued. A date for that hearing has not been set. Joey, back to you.
Opening testimony begins today in a Lowndes County capital murder trial. Mark Love was called to the stand after opening statements. Love lived at the Harrison Road mobile home when the shooting occurred in May 2011. 29-year-old Joshua Taylor is one of 5 men charged with capital murder. Love says he heard a loud noise and saw several people come inside the house before hearing a gunshot. Love testified that he ran into the woods and called 911 and heard another gunshot. William Stallings was found dead inside the trailer by Love. At least 5 witnesses testified today, including investigators. Time now to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson with your first look at weather.
Hey Joey, tons of sunshine out there right now. A live look in Columbus with our Alpha Insurance camera network. You can see that sun getting lower in the sky, but it's still going to be pretty warm for the next couple of hours. Currently in town, 83 degrees, southerly breezes at 10, so it has been breezy, but it is warm. 82 in Tupelo, 81 in Starkville, and in West Point right now. Our evening planner shows the 80s, then by 9 o'clock, low 70s, upper 60s by 11. Our forecast lows tonight down into the low 60s, mainly clear conditions. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. Well, some North Mississippi towns struggle to land and keep industry along with skilled workers.
In Winston County, the school district is stepping in to help. Victoria Bailey joins us live in the studio with more on the program that's getting students ready for life after school. Victoria?
That's right, Joey and Andrea. It's called Project Lead the Way. Louisville schools are partnering with Winston Plywood and Veneers parent company Atlas Holding to equip students with the knowledge and tools to be successful with any career they choose.
A skilled workforce is hard to come by for many smaller cities.
Winston Plywood wanted to partner with Louisville School District. They came in, they went through the process. We actually used Mississippi State University as well as our training program. And so we partnered with them and we were able to get the classes started.
Project Lead the Way started at the beginning of the 2016 school year. Christy Gentry is the advisor for the program. She says she values the partnership because it gives the students a realistic look at the working world.
With the Winston Plywood being a partner with us, we're able to go down there. They've actually took some students. We had a tour with them. They get to see the actual process, the plant. And that way the students are able to see this is a field that I can actually go into.
Carly Taylor is a 9th grader at Louisville High School.
Ever since I've been in this class, I've gotten interested in it, but before I was not interested at all.
She says she's learned a lot of valuable information through this program.
During our projects, it's like you get to learn more stuff about communication and teamwork, and I've gotten to learn to work better with people, so it makes me want to have a job that works with people and communicating, like building stuff.
According to Gentry, Atlas upgraded the computer labs for Louisville, Noxapater, and Nanawoya to ensure the students have the tools they need to succeed.
We work in teams a lot. We have some individual work. They're working in engineering notebooks. They're learning software, computer-aided software design, and I think that's something that'll help them if they want to continue on and do advanced engineering classes.
Taylor says thanks to this course and the skills she's learning, it's more of an incentive to stay put after graduation.
It's great to have Winston Plywood here because it's like a lot of, it's a home from us, and we don't have to go far from home and work, and we just can go up to the road to Winston Plywood, and there's jobs that we've learned about in school.
Now, the program is only open for 9th through 12th graders in the Louisville School District. In 2018, the program will be extended to 7th and 8th graders. Joey, Andrea?
Victoria, great program there in Winston County. Area residents are getting a glimpse at Mississippi's beginnings.
We'll tell you where you can get a look when we come back.
WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. Area residents are getting a glimpse of Mississippi's beginning this week. As part of the state's bicentennial celebration, the original Mississippi Constitution is making its way through the state. Today, it was on display at the Winona Montgomery County Library. The Mississippi Department of Archives and History also brought in an American flag that has 20 stars. Mississippi was the 20th state to join the Union. The display runs through tomorrow.
A West Point English teacher is receiving recognition for her passion for the written word. Talonda Ramsey teaches senior English. For that alone, she deserves to be our Educator of the Week. But Ramsey also breathes life into the pages by tying the stories into real life situations.
And I love being able to bring the stories to life for the children and relating them to their lives. If there's any way that you can connect a story to real life, it makes it easier for them, because we teach a lot of older stories. So it's difficult to relate for children, but to bring it to modern day makes sense to them.
To nominate a teacher, visit our website, WCBI.com.
A Millsaps College student from Belden has been selected as a Truman Scholar. Noah Barberi is one of only 62 students in the nation this year to receive this prestigious award. The Harry S. Truman Scholarship Foundation was created by Congress in 1975 as a living memorial to President Truman. Barberi will officially receive his award in a ceremony at the Truman Library in Missouri next month. He will be able to use that $30,000 scholarship toward graduate school. Barberi is a junior majoring in economics, mathematics, and philosophy.
Well, here in eastern Nebraska, we have some strong and severe storms out there this evening. This activity could be moving through here by Saturday afternoon. We'll let you know about that after the break.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Our First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Today is one of those days where you just have to go outside, stop for a few minutes, smell the flowers, check out the amazing spring that is developing around here with all the sunshine and the recent rainfall. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Tupelo today. Some of those friendly cumulus clouds moving on through. A bit of a breeze. There's the American flag there at Fair Park. You can see that's whipping around, but overall, a pretty nice day, all things considered. No showers and storms in the afternoon, much like the last couple of days around here. And currently in Tupelo, we are at 82 degrees, 83 in Columbus, 84 in Birmingham, 83 in Meridian. Pretty warm everywhere across the Twin States right now. So there's our Tupelo sky cam there, 82 degrees. Southerly breezes at about 13 miles per hour. Oh, my weather computer's just doing its own thing right now, so that's kind of cool. Southerly breezes 10 to 15. Let's go forward, computer. There we go. Tonight, 61, clear and quiet, a mild night out there. The wind will go calm, it looks like. And for Thursday, we start out at 8 o'clock, a lot of sunshine here, 66 degrees by noon. The low 80s, a good afternoon to be outdoors for one of those lunches. 88 the forecast high in some spots. Some of you could be a little bit cooler than that, but generally mid to upper 80s across the board across northeast Mississippi and west Alabama. Now, let's do a little radar tour today where the storms have been. Southern Mississippi, a few isolated showers and storms, Louisiana and Texas. Back to the northeast here in Alabama, Tennessee. That was the activity we had around here yesterday. So we were in that gap today. We were enjoying the sunshine. Strong storms here in Iowa, Nebraska, and in Kansas. That system will get a little bit closer as we go throughout the next couple of days. It's going to move through here on Saturday. So there is a risk for some severe weather during the afternoon and early evening on Saturday. At this point, it looks to be mainly a hail and wind threat. Can't rule out maybe an isolated tornado with this setup. We'll time it out and fine-tune things going through the next couple of days here. But that would be Saturday afternoon. Here's our Thursday. Can't rule out a stray storm. We're really keeping this out of the forecast, just warm and summer-like. A better chance for a few storms. This is Friday afternoon. Generally north of Tupelo, closer to Tennessee, the best chance for some rain here Friday. There's that front, and there's that chance of storms along and ahead of that front Saturday afternoon into the early evening hours. That moves on through, and then we fall back from the 80s to the 60s on Sunday. Lows Sunday night, Monday morning into the 40s, but gorgeous weather Monday, mid-70s, tons of sun, low to mid-80s by the middle of next week.
All right, coming up, the newest regional projections are out for college baseball. Find out where Mississippi State and Ole Miss are in the field of 64. We'll tell you next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
One of those baseball seasons that you just sort of have to tell yourself, What's going on out here? After winning the SEC last year, some anticipated it would be a down year for Mississippi State new head coach Andy Cannizaro. But on the contrary, the Bulldogs were at the top of the league once again. But last night, one of those strange midweek games. The Bulldogs fell to South Alabama 5-2 down in Mobile at Stanky Field. That's right, South Alabama's baseball field is called Stanky Field. New Hope's Wells Davis got the start at first for the Jaguars, helped USA to the win. It's the third time this year that these two teams have played. Now, MSU won the first two meetings, and they played at Dudy Noble. 4 pitchers made their first career at-bats for MSU. That's right, 4 pitchers made their first career at-bats and lost for MSU. And outfielder Brant Blaylock got his first career appearance on the mound. Like I said, weird stuff going on. The loss drops MSU to 25-14 overall. They get set to host Alabama for a 3-game set beginning Thursday night. Ole Miss will be in action in a couple minutes against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Not a game that will help their number 40 RPI rating, but a win the Rebels need nonetheless, because right now, according to one national baseball publication, Ole Miss is on the outside looking in of the field of 64. It's from Baseball America, and as of today, here's your national seeds. The only SEC team in there is LSU. You see Oregon State at number 1, Texas Tech is at 5. Other SEC teams expected to host Arkansas, Kentucky, and Florida. Now there's a ton of SEC teams that are getting 2 seeds, including Mississippi State. Surprisingly, the Bulldogs not projected as a regional host as of right now. They would be a 2 seed in the Morgantown, West Virginia regional. Auburn, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt will all be traveling as well. If the field of 64 was listed out today, according to Baseball America, they would all be 2 seeds. And the 2 seeds would continue after that, including Texas A&M, who would be a 2 seed in Tucson. A couple weeks ago, A&M wasn't even in the field of 64, so things change. But again, Ole Miss is on that first 4 out list, but also keep an eye on this. Missouri is on the next 4 out list. Ole Miss and Missouri actually play each other this weekend in Oxford, so plenty will be on the line between the Rebels and the Tigers coming up this weekend. And also want to mention Southern Miss in the Fort Worth Regional as a 2 seed. To high school football, and Smithville has their new head football coach. It's Michael Campbell. Campbell joins the Seminoles following a season where he was co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Tupelo. The MSU grad also spent time as an assistant coach at New Hope, Itawamba, AHS, Hatley, and Houston. Campbell takes over for Chad Kellums, who became the new head coach at Raleigh earlier this month. Now, the lone head coaching opening from our area is now at Bruce, and we thank our good friend Chris McDill for letting us use this photo this evening. And coming up tonight at 10 on WCBI Sports, our Student Athlete of the Week features one of the softball stars from Choctaw County. That's Mackenzie Toombs, who has had a phenomenal senior season for the Lady Chargers. She has become one of the top pitchers in the area, steadily improved on the circle since she began pitching as a 7th grader on the varsity team. Oh, she just so happens to boast a 4.0 GPA as well. We'll have more with Toombs and Choctaw County coming tonight at 10 as a part of our Student Athlete of the Week on WCBI Sports.
Smarty pants, he is.
I never had one
jealous.
of those.
I know, I'm jealous, right? 4.0 GPA, talented play. I mean, she's got it all, so we'll feature her coming up tonight at 10. Really good story.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much, Robbie. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
Here's our 7-day forecast. Warm stuff tomorrow, mid to upper 80s, 84 on Friday. The best chance for rain Friday. Probably the northern half of our area. We all have a chance for some storms Saturday. Cooler on Sunday.
Yeah, 66. We won't know what to do
how
with
about
that.
Last cold snap of the year.
Yeah. Some things should remain sacred, but I have to share with our viewers that during the break we were talking about Las Vegas buffets.
Oh, yes.
4 plates
All 3 of us have
prime rib.
had one, and you know, they're okay.
I love the
Pretty
buffets.
good. They're pretty good.
Stuff.
You need any reviews, let us know.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a
Go
great
to
night.
dinner.